then to talk about vertical and horizontal diversities. So yes, I think what I would recommend is if we could very clear definition, also talk about what is deepening diversity. In regard to the Triple Talaq Bill, a judgment that was a landmark judgment in case very clearly, and Triple Talaq can be in consonance with constitutional morality of Indian. Very Triple Talaq is not mentioned in the Quran. So now coming to this recent case about Sati. So it was abolished, but not their right and I. So now look at let's move closer to northeastern, like a lot of issues because there is no discrimination in that. What was the justification that was given, because it goes against the practice of and against the consent, right, of a married woman. So no, the father play actually the most important role. Dismantle this conflict in the roles of women. Feel that once we are married, we are obligated to submit to all kinds of sexual acts of or any kind of intimacy that a husband feels like, and they take it as a duty and an obligation. I think dismantled in a certain way and through the legal procedures. So I have a lot to talk about in this. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. That was a large ambit. But the most interesting, the thing that I'm sure people found different things interesting. This diversity has been defined in the Constitution. So it seems to me as if the Constitution does try to define it in some fashion, more to do with ascriptive identities rather than, identities which are related to economics, etc. So, that's the reason why scheduled tribes have been talked about, that's the reason why scheduled castes have been talked about. And that's something, that's something that we need to explore because, of course, when we're talking about, race somewhere. So, do we need to talk about it in the Constitution? To talk about it? Does it fall within the ambit of diversity the way the Constitution law has discussed it? So perhaps we can have a discussion about that. I don't know him right, but he's a student of BTech in Delhi, and we're talking about 4 years in India.
Good afternoon. The people and the food was one of the most trying to adapt the Indian food because of the chili spicy. It is being tough for me to and during my year almost I have learned and I have experienced a lot of things, a lot of good people like Miss Edwina who makes the things easy. So we time pretend not to be able to speak English so that they may have take advantage. But I always say to my friends, and I try always to push the best part of the people and forget the bad ones. And one of the most, I think, actually we African students are facing is during the process of getting house for rent. And we live in Faridabad, and this is the community Mr. Lina is working with. And to get a house is being a trouble, so many trouble. Sometimes we spend 1 month, 3 months just to find a place to stay. And you are a student, it's tough, you cannot focus on your study, you have to focus on this problem. And because sometimes when you go to society, the neighbors they don't want African. Maybe because in the past they have had bad experience with African, they have met bad African who used to be so much in parties, just like to enjoy life, they are not serious. But I don't think this is good to generalize it for everyone. You cannot judge just everyone because of 2 or 3 people. It's better to try to know the people we are not going to meet, and it has been tough for us. About the police, sometimes we met good police, even though they cannot speak English, but they are kind people who try to help. But most of the time they don't solve the problems of Africa. Instead they try to laugh at us. You go to the police to make a complaint, they start laughing at you, and you know, it's frustrating when you are going to solve your problem and they are like laughing at you. And if you don't control yourself, you are going to maybe do something bad there. That's one of the things that we think it should be changed. The law is there, the law exists for protect us, but those who are able to apply the law, they don't apply. Because the police are also people like us, they are normal human. They may know the law, but for their ignorance or they wish, they like to ignore it, and it is also one of the problems. But out of this, I have good friends. I play football with the team in Faridabad. My football teammates are kind pairs, so they always try to help me. And I think India has been good for me. When I go back home, I'll hold the good memories with people I met. And to be in this conference, it's always a positive part. I see that now we have hope in India that things can change for better. I think it's up to all of us to make this place a better place for everyone. Thank you so much.
That's really heartening to hear. Thank you so much, and that was very short notice. Thank you so much. Shall we take questions now? What do you want to do? How long would that be? 10 minutes of question, and I think we'll collect 5 questions each, and then after that we'll have the speakers answer, and then the next round of 5 questions. So yes, go ahead. And please introduce yourself if you're asking a question. Yeah. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I think I speak to Lucas. I think to speak about gender discrimination. Not much, but how is the law in India for this matter? Because it's really a big problem. Gender discrimination. I mean, gender discrimination is a word. I mean, girl being discriminated. Because all over the world, the girls are being discriminated. They don't have the right path. Just for being girl, the men think that we are above them. So how is the law in India to deal with these things? How are the society aware about these things?
We'll just collect 5 questions. Yeah.
Excuse me, my name is Elderman. I'm from Angola. I found the topics very suggestive, and I would like to share my idea regarding to this. I think it is a bad habit for the people. How can I say, it starts from home. I think we, or the people, should be educated differently. At home, the men, I mean the boy and the girl, they should be equals. Should be doing the same work at house. There is a house where a boy are not allowed to cook, only girls. But when both of them are children, it's not good. I mean, for the parents, it's not good, because boy can say like he gets some advantage by being just a man. A part of this in society also, I think because before being a man or girl or woman, we are human. Before being Christians, Muslim, Hindu, we are human. I respect and love all religions. I'm also a religious person, I'm a Christian. But I think all religion, they should be also focused in social aspect. Because religion is there to unite us in order to live as in society, not to divide. So we have to respect each other. This is what I don't know. There is so many things, but I will not take so much time. Thank you so much.
do you want to answer? Do you want to answer?
So you wanted to know what are the laws for women?
Because we must make the laws about these different issues.
Right. No, like, uh, see, in India we have constitutional rights for women and we have legal rights. Constitutional rights means those rights which has been specifically made for women because of historical bias that happened, that existed in India because of the patriarchy. Women and children are considered to be the section of the Indian society. Okay, so Constitutional 16, Article 15, these discrimination policies, wherein we say everybody is equal, but then we need special arrangement for special laws for women and children because historically and also because of the social situation in women and children are in the considered as the sections. So we protective discrimination, and then we have legal rights, like Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, which is more or less about marital relationships. And then we also have 125 CRPC, which is maintenance. That is, a wife can ask for maintenance from the husband for economic, because most of the time women are dependent on the husband in India, because society is like this, right? So, and also one more thing is 498A IPC, Indian Penal Code. It is a punishment wherein the cruelty that is meted against a married woman by the husband or the husband's family is recognized there in that action. It's a criminal offense, wherein cruelty is defined in a very ambiguous way. So, but yes, I would like to come back to my idea of marital rape, because why I wanted to talk about marital rape, because there is no explicit definition for sexual harassment and rape within the family. So that is where all the issues come in.
Not within the family.
Sorry, within marriage. Yes, sorry. Yes, within marriage, it is rape. And we see, like, many of us discussed in the morning also, that there is a exception that the husband can rape. I mean, husband can. There is an exception that if it is a husband, then it is not a rape. So, irrespective of the fact that it is without will or without consent. So that is very interesting to note. And I think criminal amendment made, or Domestic Violence Act should be amended, or 498A could define marital rape in a certain way. So yes, that is how I would answer you. So what I'm trying to say here is, there are many good in India. It's just that we are not aware of it. And but now it's coming up. Many women are coming up, and it's a very at the cost of traditional structures breaking down. So,
awareness and implementation.
Exactly.
Exactly. So essentially, laws are, and that's making new laws are not really going to help us that much.
Few amendments and implementation.
Marital rape is a point of contention, just not in India and various other places. The discussions being there in the parliament, and the kind of statements which have been issued by the parliamentarians, male parliamentarians, would shock you. So, there seems to be a huge amount of backlash when it comes to the question of marital rape. But whatever said and done, within the constitution, there is equality enshrined between the genders, equality enshrined there. And otherwise also, like she said, there are certain societal, evils which have been combated, courtesy certain laws. So you do have, they would know the various laws essentially. So you have the Dowry Act, you have, various other acts that you can talk about. And of course, 2014, you came out with the Sexual Violence Act. So you have a large ambit of rights within the Constitution and within the legal framework itself. It's just that the awareness and the implementation is a problem. I did have, I did, and this is true for, I think, Northeast and some more places, my state as well. this thing of customary law, right? Customary law and what you have in the mainland, as you call it. So women actually are the people who suffer the most, you know. And of course, we have this question of Nagaland, you know, how they are. The women have been at the forefront of the peace movement out there, and despite that, when it comes to power-making bodies, they are not even included there, and that's courtesy the fact of, you know, the customary law there. So those kind of questions are some questions that we need to grapple with, you know, whether it's in the Northeast or whether it's in, you know, J&K or various other places, or the scheduled tribe areas that you have across. So Schedule 5 and Schedule 6. So that is something that we need to grapple with, and I think you brought that out very nicely, you know, when you talked about Muslim women within that community. So, you know, perhaps if somebody wants to have a discussion on that, we could have a discussion on that, or we could talk about it in the next session, which is dealing with how to deal with these things. Of course, again, the same thing about diversity. How do we define it? Is diversity just ascriptive, or can it be more? And you know, this has been a wide gambit of testimonies. So, you know, I'm so glad that we could do it, and because this is going to inform the rest of the sessions, you know. So, shall we end it here?
Just one question.
Oh, yeah, sure.
For Chungdao. Hello, I have had the privilege of working with Chungdao as part of internship at CAFI. So my question to Chungdao is just a personal one. Is there any improvement since we have visited the dwellings of the Chin community? I think it's been more than a year. Do you think the government has taken up any major legal reforms? Like they were majorly hit by the demonetization, and they were majorly hit by the non-refusal of the UHRC. Like they constantly battle for the recognition in the country. So is there any improvement in their status since, I think it's been more than 13 months? So yeah.
No, the situation become worse because the government has changed the systems to open the bank account. So we have to apply the Aadhaar cards, and refugee card is not accepted for applying the Aadhaar card again. So there is another thing. The situation become worse. No improvement at all.
Can I add on to that? Sorry, go ahead.
Also, what about the women? Are they voicing their opinion more than the last? Like last time we visited, they failed to recognize the fact that it's sexual assault. They failed to even talk about it. Obviously, the language barrier is obviously there, but then the fact that they try to adjust with the fact that they look like Mizo people, and so they get away with the fact, which is really sad, the idea of culture here. So, yeah.
No, even the police, they say the Chin people coming from the Burma, they are making the troublemakers because they can't differentiate our face and skins, and then we will pass by around the residentials, maybe coming from the knowledge peoples, they may have some problem or the troubles. The police think that they are from the Burmese Chin people coming from the Mizo people.
But I specifically remember this incident at at one of the police stations where we were interviewing the police people. I think Chin was also there. Sorry, Chungdao was also there, and we were talking about the Chin refugees. And the police was like, "Oh, they are very happy." And they literally asked us, "Are you from the Northeast, and why are you interested in the issue? They don't belong to our country, so you better shut up." So yeah, thank you.
I wanted to add on to it. Have you tried to build any form of network with the Rohingya refugees? Because it seems as if it's become a separate issue altogether.
Actually, I heard about the Rohingya after I came in India because even no exists in our country because there is a lot of restrictions to communicate the stage to stage or the amount of ethnicity also.
But at least here, have you tried to network with them? Because
I have met 3 times with the Rohingya groups. They say they are claiming that they are the Christians, and then they say that they don't know how to write the application in English, and they come to me, and I have visited them. Even I have given them some relief, and in the year of 2014 and 15. But after that, have no connection at all.
Thank you so much. Shall we end it here?
I would like to add something regarding to the questions about the rape in marriage. What happens if a husband kill his wife? He will go to jail.
That's right. Yeah.
I think also if a husband forced her wife to have a sexual relationship with her, is also a rape. The big problem is we think a man and a woman are getting married. The woman is giving to the man. It's not like that. It's agreement between both of them. We will live together. So both have the same right. If I think it's not to do, you have to respect me. So I think an example that we should treat the same thing like that. If you kill your wife, you will go to jail because you married her. If you had a sexual relationship with your wife by force, you have also to go to jail. Well, thank you so much.
Please, Mr. Chu, just one question. Are you allowed to cast your vote during the election time?
No. They're not citizens, so they can't.
No, it's just a right.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. And I think they want to facilitate you. So let's go ahead with that. It's a lovely shawl that we give you.
भाई ये चेयर हटवा दो यार, पहले चेयर हटा दो कि इस प्रोजेक्टर का भी दिखाएंगे। तीस परसेंट है, कभी भी धोखा दे देगी।
Thank you so much. Now we will come to the most important session of the entire conference, that is seeking recommendations. And we will also be covering up the yesterday's session which we missed. So I would request Mr. Ravindra Singh to join us. And I would request Ms. Hannah. And Ms. Ambalika and Anju Tadata from MAR. And Ms. Anju Tadata and will share the session. And we'll have Adi Sujata and myself sitting here. So what we'll do is we'll first finish off with the speeches, leftover speeches. That is Mr. Ravindra Singh's speech on accountability, Mr. Hannah's speech, and Ms. Ambali's speech
talking about the national action plans. Then we'll go on to recommend our volunteers have done is gathered the recommendations from the past 2 days and collected recommendations from each of the speakers and the discussion session. We would want your comments on it so that we can go ahead with implementation and with policy level change of those recommendations. What we have also done is we want